It is the 50th running of the Chevalier Cup Sunday. We're at Sha Tin for a 10-race program, 8 on the turf, 2 on the all-weather. Welcome to Racing to Win. Of course, joined in the studio by Paul Lally, form expert. Paul, coming to you first. No jackpots.
No jackpots at all here for this particular meeting. So they were all won last week. There's a whole host of first starters, though. Very interesting one in race number 1, which we'll get to as well. Some really good race, the Chevalier Cup. Looking forward to the 50th running of the Chevalier Cup. Should be a really good race. And traditionally, horses with lower weights have done really well in this race, and I can see that happening once again in this contest.
Commentator Tom Wood also joins us. And Tom, Paul mentioned the Chevalier Cup, but he's the Panasonic Cup winner, looking to make it back-to-back Cup wins. But he meets a couple of rising up-and-comers, including one going up 2 grades in Sky Darcy.
Yeah, he looks real promising. Sky Darcy, he's been able to win his first 2 runs. So this preparation mark, he looks to be one of the leading lights in the race. Buddies was so perfectly rated last time out by Matthew Chadwick. Jerry Chow gets on board this time round. Number of really interesting debutants through the course of the afternoon as well. Super Axiom could kickstart a good day for David Hayes. Of course, he's got Shadow Hero going around the last, along with Berlin Tango, Tourbillon Diamond, and also Enriched Delights. So a good quality last race coming up there at Sha Tin on Sunday as well.
A stack of first starters, and one comes in as a nominated standby starter as well, because we've got a scratching which have been few and far between over the last couple of weeks. But race 8, number 3, Armando, comes out and has been replaced by Royal Bomb Lakeshin with the ride for Casper Founds. It is meeting 25 for the season, 8 on the C course for the turf and 2 all-weather races as well. We start over the 1,000 metres down the straight, Class 4, with an earlier start, 12:45 local time. Japan Cup, a simulcast race throughout the afternoon too. Champion Pride is second up from a spell. He ran 7th behind Forte first up. Amazing Rocky placed this trip on debut. First starters, Ice Legend and Lucky Fun have both had 2 trials. Mr. Armour, first starter, he's had 4. Multimore, a gear change. The blinkers are on. Rhapsody's back in trip. First start over 1,000 metres. Super Axiom, a talk horse in race number 1, has had 3 trials. Goko is now a 5-time course and distance winner. The 11, Valiant Elegance, has the blinkers for the first time, as does the 12, Lucky Ruby, and a gear change on number 14, Precious Sweetie, with the cheek pieces added. Horse movements, Amazing Rocky, Rhapsody, Goko and Valiant Elegance, 2, 7, 10 and 11. Tom have been up at Chongfa, and how are they going to settle down the straight?
Down the straight here, mark 1,000 metres. Super Axiom's got good early speed. We've seen that in his trials. And also a horse that has useful early speed is Goko. He was right up on the pace and was able to win last time out. Second line, you've got Valiant Elegance, Multimore, and Amazing Rocky, who will have the benefit of the outside rail from gate number 14. The other first starters there, Lucky Fun, Ice Legend, and certainly Mr. Arm. They're likely to be in the rear half of the field.
Lucky Fun, the first one we'll look at, one of the first starters here. Now, he's 11.58 pounds. He's had the 2 trials. The hood will go on his debut run. Tourbillon Diamond's in the last, so keep an eye on him as well. That's him, 54 is Tourbillon Diamond. The outside now, Lucky Fun, just coming alongside. Another one of the first starters here, Mr. Arm, which is Dylan Moe aboard now for this gallop, and he'll ride him on race day as well. He's had 4 trials. He's a bit smaller. He's 1,023 pounds, this one. And Super Axiom, another one of the first starters here. This was a while ago, 9th and 11th. He's had 3 trials this month, so he's had plenty of trials to keep him fit. 12.43 pounds, he's a big boy, and cross noseband will go on him for his debut run as well.
We'll hear from his trainer David Hayes very shortly, but it's time to check out some racing replays of other runners in the first, and we'll start here, Tom, with Goko. This was win number 5 down the straight, all the way, nearly pulled it off at 200 to 1 this day.
Yeah, and he won nicely on this occasion too, pretty much right on the speed throughout against that outside rail, and it was sort of his race to lose, really. It was his sort of race last time out. He's got a similar sort of draw, gate number 11. He has trialled well up at Chongfa since winning that trial, so wouldn't surprise at all again, Paul, to see him run a decent race.
Yeah, I got him in the numbers as well, and I think all the way, look, he didn't have much luck in his last start. He got knocked around a bit, and that run before that was pretty good, so I've got them both in.
Early favourite, Paul, is Amazing Rocky. He debuted over 1,000 metres, stepped up to 12, wasn't quite as good as his first start, but he has trialled up at Chongfa not too long ago.
I think he's better suited back here at 1,000 metres. He's drawn the outside fence as well. He's definitely going to get his opportunity. Zach Purden will jump aboard for the first time as well. So I think he's one of the major players in the race, and I've got him in the numbers as well.
Yeah, so I think he should be fairly fit coming into this, because he has dropped 21 pounds into that trial win there at Chongfa. As per normal with those 1,000 metre back straight trials, not a lot of pressure, but he could only win, and that's what he did there.
Tom, this is Lucky Fun on the all-weather. Now, the good looker turning for Homer's Beauty applause to his outsiders Fat Turtle. He's had 2 trials. He runs third behind a couple of smart ones here.
He was $90,000 New Zealand bloodstock yearling purchase, this guy, and he had 3 trials over in New Zealand for a first, a third and a fourth. He was tad slow out in his most recent barrier trial, but I thought he kept on okay. Both recent trials have been all right for him. You can see he niggled at a little bit there, but I'm happy to watch first up, Paul.
Yeah, okay. There's definitely ability with this horse. I think he's going to be a nice prospect up here in Hong Kong. I'm a bit like you, Tom, though. I just want to watch him for this first race. He's 11.58 pounds.
Comes out of the Danny Shum stable for his first start. Speaking of first starters, there's a lot of talk about this horse, Super Axiom. Ed Sadler and his trusty microphone have been out and about, and the first man they tracked down was Super Axiom's trainer, David Hayes.
David, Super Axiom, we saw last week you had a pretty impressive newcomer in Harmony and Blessed win. Have you got another one here?
Look, his trials have been very similar to Harmony and Blessed. He's a really imposing, good-looking big horse. He'll be better when the races get longer, but I think he'll be pretty hard to beat the way he's trialled.
Looking at those trials, he looks like a pretty speedy type.
Yeah, he is speedy, but he doesn't look it. He looks more a miler, but his trials suggest 1,000 won't be a problem.
What's he like as a horse? Is he quirky? Is he straightforward? How would you describe him?
Willing. He's probably, if his weakness is he wants to get on with it a bit. Would love him just to relax, and I'm hoping the straight will suit him.
There's plenty of talk about him, Paul. Have you been brought in by the boom?
I have, actually. I think he can run a pretty good race fresh. He's 12.43 pounds. He's probably exceeding Excel, so the 1,000 metres shouldn't be a problem for him. Amazing Rocky, I think, is the benchmark, though. His 2 runs, was particularly over 1,000 metres, was very good, and he has drawn barrier of 14. All the way, we'll see if he can bounce back after and make sure that wasn't just a one-off 2 starts ago. 1,000 looks good for him. And Goko, look, he's a 5-time winner over the course and distance. 9, 2, 13 and 10.
Yeah, I'm also with the new horse here, a Super Axiom for David Hayes and Chad Schofield. It looks like he's got a really high cruising speed, this horse, and hopefully he settles quite nicely in the run. I think he'll be tough to beat. Over 2, Amazing Rocky. Threw in Rhapsody, dropping back to the 1,000 metres for the first time. Couldn't go on last time. Got involved in a speed battle, and Multimore, he ran a decent race first up, was only beaten 3 lengths behind Goko. So 9, 2, 7 and 6.
It's looking like a debut win for Super Axiom, with both the boys selecting the 9 for Chad Schofield and David Hayes to win race 1 at Sha Tin.